Guys who actually bought the "you won't last 5 minutes playing this game from the ads from adult videos. What was it? What happened? Was it a scam? Lol, I know someone who did. Who happened to be a girl, which I found surprising. She said she almost immediately got a phone call from her bank, said her account had been locked due to suspicious activity, and they asked her about the charge, and she is like, oh gosh no, I would never, and was super embarrassed about the whole thing. Lol. I have made worse decisions when horny. Can't judge. When I was about 16 I signed up for a free trial of a P site. It was simming like $1 for 24 hours, so I thought, get in. Download the vids I liked best, then it expires, and I've made away with full-length high-quality vids. What I didn't realize, or read, was the part where it automatically charges you a full month if you don't cancel the trial. So 24 hours run out and I'm overdrawn because I'm an idiot 16-year-old with no job or that kind of money. Miraculously, I eventually get them to let me off and get my money back by saying that it wasn't clear that would happen and that I was also only 16. Still had to ask my dad for help with my overdrawn fees. I'm only 16. And you downloaded material with an 18+ certificate? Yes. P company sweats profusely. You know what? Forget the money. We don't need this kind of scrutiny from certification authorities. Funnily enough, the Vice journalist who also investigated is also a girl. Reposting from the last time this question was asked. My favorite quote from that article: it's an Ouroboros of advertising money, eating its own dick, endlessly, telling me not to come. Also from the article. So, anybody know where someone could find such a job? Asking for a friend. I didn't buy it because I heard IT puts a virus on your device that causes you to only type in caps. Absolute scam. Edit. My first viral comment. Thank you guys and thank you for the award. LOL. OF. What? Dunno, I cannot read the fine print. Donald Trump's tweets make sense now. I can see you have overcome the desires. The rest of this thread has fallen victim to. I was curious myself, so I used my privacy.com account to create a $1 card. Enough to get approval. But that's it. When I created the account and got access. The website was basically a GeoCities website with a series of this or that images. Which do you prefer? That was the game. But I did, in fact, get screwed. Well, attempted to get screwed. Thanks privacy. In a matter 12 days I had over $750 in fraudulent charges attempted against that card. It all got declined, of course, but it was interesting how fast and how varied the charges were. $6, $83 here, $22, $37 there. They just kept coming, hey, all day long. So, yes, it's a scam. I worked with someone that downloaded one of those shady anime keyboard background apps. It was subscription based, 3-day trial, then $74.99 every 2 weeks, literally just preying on people that don't cancel. And he didn't cancel until like 2 months later because he didn't pay attention and didn't know where the charges were coming from. $75 every 2 weeks? Jesus Christ. Yep, blatantly meant to leech as much money from the account as possible before someone noticed. Sounds like your credit card didn't last 5 minutes either. The game was 4 minutes long. Ah, a completionist, I see. He got the platinum trophy. Did you get all the achievements? I got an achievement for completion in 1 minute and 5 seconds. Vice, RIP, actually did an article about this. Basically it's a scam to get $40 a month off you. Maybe more. And in fact I may never come again. Darn, I will miss Vice journalism. Actually, not coming was surprisingly easy, barely an inconvenience. Disney did not respond to a request for comment about Elsa's breasts. What happened to Vice? Declared bankruptcy a few months back. I played one that was a card game. Build a deck, fight the enemy, win, upgrade your cards to make them more naked, gamble for more cards and repeat. It was May. Didn't have to buy anything though. Are you talking about New Carnival? God, those yaoi boys. The main character being a literal dildo developer was just the icing on top, honestly. Probably Sea Wars. None of that chibi card collector type of game. Think simming closer to Legends of Runeterra, Yu-Gi-Oh! And MTG and the sort. I played one of them. It was a terrible Flash-style game. The storyline was a joke and the art was garbage. Also some of them want your card, plus it was like a goofy 8-minute playthrough with some dumb superheroes desperately needing to F each other. The storyline and something P-related was dumb? What a surprise. You would be amazed on how much P-games storyline are really well made. Not those from the ads, but if you know the right places. Some things I zoom right to the S scenes but then say no. Wait, I'm invested now and have to turn off the horny to go actually watch from the start. Haha. They ripped up my grandpa's super rare mega chocolate coated ultra card. The blue eyes white dragon. Bro, that's disrespectful as f, no cap. Bruh, you have to pay for those? I've seen the ads. I just thought it made you pay in malware or something. Pay in malware. Paymal. As somebody who has a PayPal account old enough to rent a car, they turned lots of people into malcontents. When they finally got slapped around for we're not really a bank, so we don't have to follow rules and can just keep your money on a whim issues, they became easier to deal with. Don't nobody seem to remember the sage words, never leave a blinace in your PayPal account. The hot MILFs in my area don't seem to want to be found. I rarely last 5 minutes on my own anyways. Don't need a game for that. I have 5 minutes to spare. Can I watch? But what are you gonna do with the other 4:45? Replay the full recording 285 times. Takes me longer to find a good video. Anybody else just here because you're curious if anyone actually bought any of those things in the ridiculous ads? Yeah, I don't want classic Reddit jokes for once. I'm actually interested in the question. WTH. You basically have to put a serious tag on any AskReddit post, or else it's going to be waves of the same recycled jokes for the last 10 years. I also choose this guy's dead jokes. Played one out of curiosity, but got extremely offended at how poorly the VJs were drawn. So upset I didn't nut for the rest of the week. Did you watch it on Saturday night, so only had to last a few hours? Is Sunday considered the start of the week? I thought Mondays were. Till half the world consider Monday a start of the week. I recommend you put a condom on to avoid the viruses. Or a sock. Same thing. I've played one similar, not P, but with a weird ad. Characters were racing in a waterslide. Ad said 99% can't reach the ocean. That's because the end of the race was in a pool. So how did that 1% manage? We need to know. If you slide off the waterslide, you lose the game by falling in the ocean. The entire slide is over the ocean, but the finish line is a pool. Don't ask why the pool is an island in the middle of the ocean. I play that game occasionally. It's called like. Finally, someone is asking the questions that need to be asked. Now someone ask about the local MILFs who want to bang. Bought it, only played it for 30 seconds, asked for a refund. Sorry, you have to at least last 5 minutes for a refund, and they hung up on me. That face when you can't even last till a refund. What about those ads telling me I have to F old ladies? I get them while watch gay P. Watch straight P and you'll get the good ads. I watch both types of P and only get old ugly woman want to F me ads. Are they put there so you don't see 'em and have to stay on the site that bit longer? Lasted a minute and got a Trojan. Supposed to get the Trojan first for that posh wank. Hey, you, are you jerking off alone? Are you a hacker, or are you psychic? Yes. Yeah, op. No. Every single one of them are scams, but I won't ruin your fun just yet. Load of actual games like this exist, both on Steam and other sites. For the top-notch stuff and most effort or word ratio, you gotta sail the 7 seas. Start on itch.io for a general idea. Could I know which ones you mean for most effort or word ratio? Just so I could avoid the efforts part? Well, I can't say I know them. They are elusive, of vague safety, and require torrenting to obtain. That being said, it's clearly a pretty esoteric subject. So the names of such sites might be weird. Something strange. I don't know. Perhaps like Fit Girl or SH like that. Also supposedly such information would be gathered in a certain place. Somewhere like our piracy subreddit. Perhaps in their metathread. It's all speculation though. Pure mental exercise in which relation to reality is purely coincidental. I go to F95 Zone and get everything free. Best games are Dreams of Desire, Shut Up and Dance, Timestamp, Straighten Times, Where the Heart Is, Bang City, Milfy City, When the Dev Gets Off His Lazy A and Finishes the Final Update, Midnight Paradise, and many more. This guy nuts. Or these guys. It was so SH I uninstalled it and left a SH review. I once had a Visa gift card that was pretty much empty and I used it when I was like 16 on a few of those sites. I never got to play a game. Every single time it would say your state requires proof of age and it would say I had to send my ID and SSN as proof. I never did that. I did buy a Brazzers membership accidentally when I was 18. I got like the $1 trial and learned that they make it incredibly difficult to cancel your membership. So I was getting charged like $50 a month until I noticed it. Like 4 months later, the website they use to cancel it magically never works. So you have to call, which my anxiety-filled A couldn't do. Because who wants to call and say, hey, I want my P membership canceled? I just canceled my card and said the info got stolen and got a new one. It was easier that way. During that time when I was 18 I also spent way too much on OnlyFans. And I can say their system is actually much better. It's incredibly easy to cancel subscriptions. You can easily take a card off. And I've never had my info stolen from it. I don't use it anymore as I no longer pay for P as I've gotten smarter finically. But I definitely learned stuff the hard way. I will say the biggest scam on OnlyFans is people saying that a message, photo or video is something that it's not and charging a ton for it. Usually your YouTuber turned of models are the worst at this. It'll always be like this was my first tape. Purchase to see me get F-ed and it'll be like $75 for a 30 seconds video of them before they F-ed with no nudity. Or people will resell the same video. P-stars are the worst at this. They'll resell the sad thing but never tell you that it's the same so you can purchase the same video multiple times. Accidentally bought a Brazzers membership. I bought the trial not the membership. It's just apparently after the trial it automatically starts the membership lemao. All of these companies do this. You have to make sure you cancel on time or they hardcore F you over. I tried to cancel a membership. Mother effers made it so difficult and I had to call again and again. They apologized and have me a bullshit apology compensation. So they gave me a free membership which was another effing trial. This was tender date. The first and last time I ever used that bull service. And I kept getting unknown effing charges on my card I had to cancel and get a new one. I know it was this company because I've never used my card for anything else. Most of those games are also on F95 zone. It's just clickbait. I got curious about this one day so I set up a fake but working debit card number I could freeze and burn. To be clear, this was supposed to be free but used a credit card number for age verification. Immediately I got all kinds of attempted bogus charges, summing to the tune of $100 within the first 10 minutes. Each charge was from a different merchant account with bogus contact info. For the next 3 months they kept hammering it, 4 or 5 times a week for roughly $200 each week. Again, each contact info and merchant info was bogus. It would be a different account and info for each and every charge. Eventually they stopped entirely. I then burned the card. All of that and I didn't even get any access. And for our readers at home, you can do this with privacy. It links into your account and lets you create a new card for each merchant. Single use if you want. Spending limits. And even pause or close the card. It's the only thing I use anymore. I always think about all of the developers of those games. Like they probably had big dreams of working at a company like PlayStation or something and now they're programming pixelated buttholes and wieners for a shady scam company. Living the dream. A non-negligible number of movie directors start in P as a stepping stone for their real careers. I think it's why a lot of cheap, but professional, P has like 8 minutes of plot before the actual S starts. The directors are practicing real directing and trying to show their talent. I wouldn't be surprised if a non-negligible number of game developers also start with P games as a stepping stone for their real careers. Best not to download trash like that. Apparently it downloads malware onto your device that makes you repeat yourself. It was so sh I uninstalled it 4 minutes later. So it's true. There are 2 types of childhoods in this comment thread. People that accidentally clicked on the OW section of Newgrounds as a kid, and people that don't know what Newgrounds is. Don't forget those of yous who purposefully clicked it. There's a few YouTube game reviewers who did it. The gist is, but pofied. It's not a scam. Half of the time it's Raid Shadow Legends. That's the one that hands out sponsorships to like every YouTube channel. I love it when the star turns to look dead at the camera and says this gangbang is sponsored by NordVPN. Staying safe online is an ever-growing difficulty and you could be exploited by hackers. NordVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track, securing your privacy. Check out the link in the description to get 20% off for the first 2 months and thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Turns out it was yet another re-release of Skyrim. Todd Howard is getting sneaky with these. Re 7 in VR was pretty good. Came before I could enter my card details. Got the game. Didn't last 3. Alien Isolation is a B of a game and I love to play every second of it. There was a YouTube video posted on it somewhere. The guy had to sign up to a monthly subscription to get access to the game, and once done it was nothing like what was advertised and he had a hard time canceling the subscription. We'll post a link if I can find it. Maybe not exactly what you're asking, but close enough. This made my morning brighter. Thank you for this, internet stranger. Anybody got an answer that isn't just a joke? I didn't realize this question needed the serious tag. Paying for P0RN is a psychopath move. Y'all don't appreciate what you got with these games. We had to play Newground Flash nudie games that were drawn in paint. Ha, that's ridiculous. Who would fall for that? I was offered once to have side time with 2 beautiful blondes when I would advertise some dish soap on Reddit. I said no, because I am smart. As smart as you would be if you use Palmolive Ultra Strength. Sounds like it's a better investment to drop $6.99 on Steam for genital jousting. At least that game has a compelling storyline. And dicks. I played that and forgot I had my daughter on Steam. She was highly amused. When I was younger, 1517, those ads were everywhere on the internet. I clicked on them a few times and they always led to Forge of Empires or something similar. Lol. Sorry man, I don't think I can give a review of a game I only played for 4 minutes. I think Vice did a show on this where a guy tried them out. Total garbage as you'd expect. I'm ashamed to say I decided to do it while in the heat state. Seemed worth it to at least try since they look so high quality sometimes. It ended up bringing me to this super Thai website full of god-awful mind-numbing mini-games. Not at all like the animations they show. They say you can cancel, but there's nowhere to actually cancel the subscription. They immediately charged me like $40, $50 with a couple days for, so I had to get in touch with my bank where all I could do is refuse future purchases from them and get a new card number. It is definitely a scam. Yep, downloaded F-Dolls 3 years ago when I was bored, dingle and horny. It was a game where you built F-Ed and impregnated these dolls. It was on a promotion, so I only paid like £3.99 for it or something. Anyway, the transaction went through, but the download page would glitch out and repeatedly not complete. I left it for the night and woke up to a weird amount having been taken out of my account. F-Dolls Incorporated or some obviously seedy name. I checked the exchange rate from pound to dollar and it was pretty much $50 on the nose. The company had a complaints procedure which you had to follow and give all your details to. These 2 things, I imagine, would put most people off. Either getting in touch with the bank or giving your address to a company that you didn't trust. Especially if it's not like a massive amount, but it didn't stop me. Much to my surprise, they gave me a full refund. So yeah, I think it's a scam. They technically haven't broken the law. They've made a billing error and given the customer the opportunity to notify them so they can correct their mistake and give a full refund because the download didn't work. It's a numbers game. They get 3 lonely horny men to sign up a day, who will be too ashamed to do anything about it, and that's $50 grand a year for hosting a website with no downloadable content and paying for spammy advertising. Do they even pay for that? Adjacent to this, someone made a game on Steam that is a compilation of all the ad games they show where the real game is totally different, called Yeah, You Want Those Games, right? So here you go. Now, let's see you clear them. Died of dysentery. Raid Shadow Legends. I journalisted this for Vice and wrote an article on it. Quite funny, and his final note was he was no closer to finishing. I installed one once. It was a pretty entertaining clicker. Every few seconds waifus would appear on the screen. I hadn't played a clicker before, so I somehow spent the afternoon clicking the screen of the cell phone XDDD. I only lasted 4 minutes. I didn't last 5 minutes. Uninstalled it immediately. It was utter sh. I generally won't last 5 minutes with or without the game, so I take it as more of a weaponized statement of fact designed to inflict targeted emotional damage than a reflection on how good the game is likely to be.